What's going on, everybody? Touchdown Talk with Travis back again. What we're going to be talking about here today is my official mock draft for the 2025 NFL Draft. We are finally here, 24 hours away, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. The first pick, I've got the Tennessee Titans going with their quarterback of the future and Cam Ward out of Miami. With the second spot, I've got the Cleveland Browns taking Travis Hunter, cornerback, wide receiver from Colorado. The third spot, I've got the Giants taking Abdul Carter, stud edge out of Penn State. With the fourth spot, I have the Patriots taking Will Campbell, offensive lineman from LSU. And in the fifth spot, I have Mason Graham going to the Jaguars. He is an absolute stud. That top five, I feel very, very confident that is going to be the top five of this draft. Now, with the sixth spot is where things kind of get a little shaky. I think it could be the guy who I'm projecting here. I also think it could be another guy who I have actually going a little bit later here. And with the sixth spot, the Raiders, I have them taking Armin Membu, offensive tackle from Missouri. However, I do think that this pick could end up being Ashton Jeanty. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But I've got Armin Membu being the pick for them. With the seventh spot, I've got the Jets taking Tyler Warren. Now, I think that if Armin Membu doesn't go 6 to the Raiders, I think the Jets may really take Armin Membu there at number 7, which would allow Tyler Warren to fall. So that 6-7 spot is where things are going to start to get shaky, in my opinion. Now, at the 8th spot, I've got Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia, going to the Panthers. In the 9th spot, the Saints taking Tet McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. And then at 10, with this mock draft, I have my Chicago Bears taking running back Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State. But once again, like I mentioned just a couple seconds ago, Armin Membu at 6, if that doesn't happen and Jeanty goes there, then like I said, I think Armin Membu goes 7 to the Jets, which then would bring Tyler Warren to the Bears, in my opinion. I think that's how that board would fall. So it's really going to depend on what ends up happening here at 6 and what happens at 7 that make it happen for the Bears. Now at the 11th spot, I think Shamar Stewart is the pick for the 49ers. Defensive end, Texas A&M. They get a guy to go opposite of Nick Bosa. At the 12th spot, I've got Kelvin Banks Jr. being the pick for the Cowboys, being that they just lost Zach Martin this offseason. So somebody to slide right into that guard spot. I think Kelvin Banks is going to be a great guard in this league. So that would make a lot of sense for them to grab him at 12. Now, 13th spot, I've got the Dolphins taking safety out of South Carolina, Nick Emmanwori. 14th, I've got the Indianapolis Colts taking Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. And then we're going to go back-to-back Michigan picks here. And the Atlanta Falcons at the 15th spot are going to take Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. At the 16th spot, we've got Michael Williams, edge for Georgia, going to the Cardinals. At the 17th spot, I have the Cincinnati Bengals taking Mike Green, edge from Marshall. Mike Green, in my opinion, is an animal, an absolute animal. I would not be upset if the Bears took him at the 10th spot. I would not. I don't think they're going to, just based on things that I've seen. Don't think that's going to be the pick for them, but Mike Green is, in my opinion, is going to be one of the top picks in this draft. Now, at the 18th spot, I've got Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas, going to Seattle. It's a nice combo to have him, along with Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith-Njigba there. What a great wide receiver room you've got. 19th spot, you've got Nick Scorton going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's the edge from Texas A&M. At the 20th spot, we've got the Denver Broncos taking a wide receiver out of Missouri, Luther Burden III. Now we've got the Steelers in the 21st pick, replacing Najee Harris, who left for the Chargers this offseason. They're going to grab Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State. With the 22nd pick, I have Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan. And the 23rd spot, Walter Nolan III, going to the Green Bay Packers. Another defensive tackle for the Packers coming out of Ole Miss. The 24th spot, I've got the Minnesota Vikings taking another defensive tackle. Nice little run there on defensive tackles, 3 in a row. This one being Derek Harmon from Oregon, going to the Vikings in the 24th spot. At 25th, I've got the Houston Texans, grabbing a guy who's versatile, can play all 5 spots on that offensive line. They need help at all 5 spots. I don't know where he'll play there. But like I said, they need help at all 5. So it's a matter of what they feel the best combo is going to be for them. But this is going to be Gray Zabel, offensive lineman from North Dakota State. By far, he's a top 5 prospect in my eyes. And that might sound crazy to some people, but that's my belief, is that Gray Zabel is a top 5 prospect in this draft, just because of that versatility. He's aggressive. He's going to be an animal in this league. You got 26th overall pick, Jahdae Barron, cornerback, Texas, going to the Rams. Rams definitely need some DB help, so that'll help them out there. The 27th spot, I've got the Baltimore Ravens taking their offensive tackle of the future, and Josh Simmons, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. He's coming off that knee injury. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the season, but the great thing about that is they have Ronnie Stanley, their long-term left tackle, ready to go. So if need be, Josh Simmons can take this offseason and take his time getting back into shape and ready for the season. He's not going to be rushed to start day one necessarily. Would it be great for him to be ready? Would it help their offensive line? For sure, but it's not a necessity. Now with the 28th pick, I've got the Detroit Lions taking a defensive end here from Tennessee, James Pierce Jr., little speedster to go on the outside edge. Across from Aiden Hutchinson. That'd be a nasty duo in this league, in my opinion. The 29th overall pick, the Washington Commanders. I have them taking Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. They definitely need help at the safety spot, so that helps them out there. And the 30th pick, we're going to be talking about the Bills. Trey Amos, corner, Ole Miss. Kansas City Chiefs, they have some holes to fill this offseason. Joe Thuney traded away. They need help on the offensive line. They signed Trey Smith long-term. They've got Creed Humphrey locked down. So I've got them going with the guard here. Tyler Booker from Alabama. And then with the 32nd overall pick, the last pick in the first round, I have the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles taking none other than Donovan Uzurike, defensive end, Boston College. So what I've got here, this is primarily based on top 30 visits that these teams have had. They've met with these players and had them in their facility. That makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about what they're going to do. So having that information available online is a huge, huge help. So that's what I've got for this 2025 NFL Draft. I would love to hear your feedback down below, and I look forward to seeing if we're right or if we're wrong. There's going to be a lot of movement in this draft. I do not project there to be... This draft board is not going to look the same come tomorrow. There's going to be many, many trades. In my opinion, this year's draft will have the most trades ever seen in an NFL draft. All time. This is going to be an all-time draft. What a great draft to be. It's going to be amazing. I can't even get words out of my mouth. It is going to be a great draft. So I look forward to seeing what these teams do, seeing how the league improves with these teams. And I just hope my Bears draft me a winner. Draft me a winner, baby. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support. We're going to keep content coming your way. As soon as this draft gets over with, we're going to be doing a review of the picks that these teams have made and getting some draft grades out there. So I look forward to bringing you guys many, many more videos, so much more content. Thank you guys again. God bless you all, and have a phenomenal 2025 NFL Draft.